Hello, Bobby Torres here, and welcome to Frightbox Goes Gorilla, where we produce professional level recordings using basic utilitarian style tools within unexpected environments. And today we'll be recording an entire death metal EP, a live EP, within a DIY venue. And the band I'll be recording is a super sick death metal band called Tombstoner. I've mixed their last album and their EP before that. I love working with these guys. They have awesome tunes. There's a little bit of hardcore thrown in, just a great band overall, and they could play very well live. So we've decided to track a live EP at the show that will be taking place tonight, and I'm super pumped. Now, the venue we will be recording at is a local venue in my area called the Meat Locker, which is a really gritty, kind of reminds me of CBGB's a little, sort of DIY in a way, but the shows they host there are killer, and I think it's gonna be a great time. So in this video, I'm gonna share my entire workflow, the gear I'm gonna be using, and I'm just gonna have you tag along throughout the entire experience and my entire day. So with a lot being said, let's take a look at the gear that I plan on bringing, and let's pack up the car. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the gear that I will be using at the show tonight slash recording session tonight. If you look here, this is my entire mobile recording rig minus my PA system. Now, there's actually more here than I'm gonna be using at this particular show. I had a show last Saturday for a couple bands, and for that show, I was actually running front of house, and I used my entire PA system, so I actually have too much gear here. If you notice, I have 2 gig bags. These gig bags are for my microphone boom stands. Now, at this gig tonight, again, I'm not running front of house. I'm simply stealing the vocal lines from the PA or the sound guy at the venue, and I'm gonna be splitting it off and running it to my interface. So I don't have to bring a whole lot of microphone stands. The only stands I have to bring are the 2 overheads for the drums. I also have to bring microphone stands from the 57s on the guitar amps. Yeah, that's actually it. And I also had to bring some camera tripod stands. I have 2 camera people that are going to be filming the show, but I'm also going to be filming it as well with 2 little GoPros, so we'll have 4 camera angles to cut to for the final videos. And also, the final result will be up on my Frightbox Productions YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with my second YouTube channel, it's where I host all of my live productions. You can subscribe to it. There's a link below in this video's description. If you're into live music and want to hear bands in their natural habitat, subscribe to the channel. I think you're going to dig what you hear. So first things first, I have some XLR cables here that I just purchased that I don't even need for this show. They have to all be categorized and labeled, but they're brand new and I'm not going to be using them, so I'm going to get them out of the way. This second duffel bag, there are more power cables here. They're mainly for the PA system, which again, I don't have to bring a PA tonight, so I'm going to get rid of that, but I do need a couple cables out of that bag, and I need to just sift through my microphone stand bags and decide what I need to bring, and I'm going to knock it down to 1 bag. So let me get that out of the way, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the gear that I'm bringing. So just a quick rundown of the gear before I pack this up into my car. We've got all of the microphones, 2 57s for guitars, a spare vocal mic that I'm probably not going to need. It's an old PG58 that I've had for almost 20 years. It's been beat to hell. An SM58, which I'm actually using as the 4th tom mic for the drummer's kit. He uses 4 toms instead of 3. An OM7, an Audix OM7, which is a hypercardioid mic, which is great for rejecting cymbals and sounds great for recording live vocals. An Audix D6. You can never go wrong with one of these for recording kick drums. A Beta 57 for snare drums. I actually prefer a regular 57 on snares, but these are super durable for when they get brutalized at a live show. So I go generally with the Beta 57 for live sound gigs. They're just more durable and they can take stick hits without a hitch. Some good old Shure SM81s for overheads. Again, workhorse mics, they could take a beating. And I've had mine for about 12 years. They're still going strong. A backup small diaphragm condenser, an old Samson, just in case. An Audio-Technica PZM that I'm gonna use as a mono room mic. And I have my 3 old Samson Q tom mics. I think they're called the Samson Q toms, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, if you're interested in any of this gear and you'd like to learn more about the plugins that I use, you could download my Frightbox Essential Gear Guide. It contains all of the necessary gear that I utilize to run my business. If you're looking to purchase the gear and only the gear that you actually need to produce professional level results and you're not looking to break the bank, I highly recommend downloading the guide. It explains in detail what I utilize, and it'll help save you money. So I've got 3 of those Tom mics. I've had them for a very long time, since 2005, and they're still going strong. They sound great. Now at this venue, I generally have an issue grabbing power from behind the stage. I'm actually kind of off to the side of the stage, which you're gonna see when we get to the venue, and I need extension cords. So I have one here for the mixer. I'm gonna bring a spare extension cord just in case, and also a surge protector so I can split or provide more power if somebody else needs to charge their phone back behind the stage or to the side of the stage. Better to have too much than not enough, but again, I don't wanna bring too much to the venue and have to lug a bunch of stuff out of my house, into the car, out of the car, into the venue. I prefer to bring just the right amount of gear. Okay, some DI boxes. I always record DIs even when I'm recording live, one for the guitar player, another one for the other guitar player, and I've got a Samson here for the bass player. It doesn't really matter which one I use. These are passives. This one is an active. They were just DIs that I had laying around my studio that I brought with me or I bring with me to live shows. And these XLR splitters are self-explanatory. You just plug one microphone into them and then they spit out 2 XLR out so you could split your signals. A simple way to split vocals when you're recording a show and when you want the sound guy to have his own feed. Right here I have my old ancient Zoom H4, which, believe it or not, I haven't really used since, like, I don't even know, 2007. For live recording, I use the Behringer XR18, which is a great mixer and a great interface, but it only has 16 mic preamps and 2 additional balanced line ins. And I use this right here sort of as an extra stereo pair of microphones and mic preamps. So I've repurposed this old piece of gear and I'm now using it at every single show. All right, and just to be ultra thorough here, let's talk about what I have in the bins. I have a bin here called snakes, and it contains cable snakes. I prefer to use as short of XLRs as possible. Easier to clean up, cleaner stage overall, and snakes allow this to happen since you'll have your stage box right near the instruments. Again, you could use a shorter XLR and you don't have to use mega long cables going to the interface. The other bin here contains all of the actual XLRs themselves. 25 footers are green, purples are 10 footers, and then I have some 15 footers down there that are orange and 5 footers that are pink. I like to be organized and know what XLRs I need when. I have my computer here, which is a cheapo HP. It's actually like a $300 computer with Reaper. This will be capturing the multi-track at the show. And right here in this rack is my mixer, the XR18 by Behringer, which I'm going to talk more about when we get to the actual venue. All right, I have my laptop in the snakes bin and my camera bag in the XLR bin. And let's get out to the car. Here we are in my garage. We've got the boom stand gig bag packed. Snakes bin packed. Microphone bag packed. The other bin is packed. And our mixer is packed. All right, it is currently 6:12 p.m. The first band actually goes on at 9:30, and I'm only recording the last band, and they're going on at midnight. But here's the thing, I need to get to the venue before the bands get there. There's nothing more annoying than trying to set up the stage when people are blasting their amplifiers right near your head or hitting snare drums 2 feet away from your face. I prefer to get there before anyone gets there. I think the promoter's getting there at 8. I think the club owner should be there now, actually. So I'm gonna aim to get there around 7:15. It's about a half hour, 45 minutes away. So I could set up early and relax while the bands play and make sure all the equipment is functioning and that the DAW is functioning and that the interface and microphones are functioning. Let's get driving. Okay, it is 7:03 p.m. I just got to the venue. Hopefully someone is here. This gives me about a solid hour before hopefully none of the bands show up. You know, once in a blue moon, bands will get there like 2 hours early. I'm hoping that that's not the case so I could set up. I have a lot to set up, and let's get moving. Well, I can get in, that's a good sign. Are there any other humans here? That's the question. Okay, so I'm the first one here. I'm gonna go get all this stuff and I'm gonna set up the snake first and I'll be back. Okay, quick update. I haven't set up the interface yet, but I set up the snake and snake here, I wish it could be a little neater, but I'm pressed for time. Got the splitters up there, no microphones yet, just the DI boxes. Got another DI box here, and I got my snake and my sub-snake for my drums. Now it's time to set up the interface and connect all the snake connections. Let's get to it. Okay, I've got the beginning stages of the rig set up. All my connections from the snake are connected to the interface, all 16, plus 17 and 18. That, like I said earlier, is going to my Zoom. That's kind of like a room. It's gonna mic this room. which is right next door to where the band is gonna play there before people show up. Got the 57 set up, even though there are no amps here yet. Got the overhead set up, but I do not have the kick, toms, and snare set up yet. And also the bass is just gonna be DI. I've got this main vocal mic here. It's not my vocal mic, but we're gonna use it for maybe the second vocal. We'll use my own for the main vocal. And that vocal mic is being split into channel, well, it's offset by 1, so into channel 2, but it's really channel 1, and then channel 2 is actually channel 3, right? Yeah, and then channel 3 is actually channel 4. So one is going to my snake and one is going to the sound system. And yeah, so we're pretty much doing pretty well right now as far as time. I'm gonna set up a few more mics on stands. We'll get rolling. All right, the bands have started to show up. Got my GoPro set up, and I actually got around to connecting every microphone. The snare mic, kick mic, and I have an extra tom mic on a stand back there. It's off to the side, and I will be placing them on toward the end of the night for the last band, and everything is connected. What's good about this is even though I'm only recording the last band, I can see if I'm getting signal on every channel. Again, it's not as good as actually doing a line check, but at least I can see if all the channels are working and nothing is dead and everything is connected properly. Okay, running a little ahead of schedule actually. Got the 2 GoPros set up. My 2 camera people are gonna be getting here around 11 p.m. Just to set up before the final band at midnight. But everything is connected. I mean, not as neat as I would like, but it'll get the job done. We have both mics split. I think we're only using 2 mics tonight for vocals. And that's all. Now, if we look at my rig, I'm using Reaper for recording, and all of my gain staging and microphone preamps are controlled with the Behringer X-Air software. So this is a powerful mixer for mixing like a live show or front of house, but as you could see, I'm only recording with the interface tonight. You know, I don't have any monitors connected or anything like that. So, and I just leaned against something sharp. Felt like a piece of glass going into my knee. Anyway, let's keep rolling. Throw and go, baby, throw and go. Throw and go? Yep. I'm scared. Thanks so much, man. Thank you. Gotta hook up that OM7. So dude, do you use pedals? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have you plug into the DI and then the DI is gonna go into your pedals like normal. So this will go into where you normally go and then you plug into here. So normally you plug into here? Oh no, I go straight guitar here. Okay, so yeah, so this goes in there, your guitar will go in here. Okay. Yeah, cool.
I thought that was Jeremy's.
You play one more.
One more, you got it.
Fire merch. I'm gonna go puke.
It is 2:08 a.m. I'm finally home. Took a while to pack up, but got everything in order and it's time to hit the hay. Oh, am I in focus? Sort of. Think I'm in focus? All right, so I am back home. I have the gear back in the house. I actually checked out the multi-track and I'm super happy with the way that the raw files are currently sounding. But again, so far I've recorded the entire EP, but we still have to mix the EP. And that's where you come in. I'd love to know, would you be interested in watching me mix this EP and hearing and seeing some of my mixing techniques that I'm going to utilize to bring this live EP together? Let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Now, I know so many of you guys use MIDI drums and amp sims, and believe me, I love that stuff. I use them every single day, or almost every single day, but I also do projects like this where I'm recording a band live, or maybe I'm recording a band that's a little more old school, and they don't want to use MIDI drums and amp sims. They want to use real drums and real amps. And I want to share everything with you guys. I want to take you behind the scenes and share with you what I do in the real world. I'd also like to shout out Mr. Ben Karras, who happened to be at the show, who's a good friend of mine and also a killer producer in his own right and also records out of my studio. Dude, having you there really saved the day. It helped me set up these microphones in a much more efficient manner. It just helped keep the whole situation under control. And also a huge thanks to Sot and Brianna Testa for filming the show. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And again, if you're interested, subscribe to the Frightbox Productions YouTube channel where I showcase all of our live productions, whether it's out of a venue or within Frightbox recording the studio itself. I will leave a link below to the second YouTube channel in this video's description. And again, if you're looking to save money and learn more about the exact gear that I utilize to run my businesses, there's a link below in this video's description to the Frightbox Essential Gear Guide. It contains everything that you need for producing and nothing that you don't need. So if you're looking to spend your money wisely, I highly recommend downloading the free guide. It'll help set you in the right direction. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to click the little bell icon so you can be notified every single time I upload one of my weekly videos on all things metal and rock production. And until next time, happy recording.